mostly throughout the day. It'll be breezy too, with an afternoon high around 50. Tonight, a slight chance of showers early, then mostly cloudy and a low around 36. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. We'll see an afternoon high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena March 29th and 30th. The fun begins at the pit party Saturday at 10:30 a.m., where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Pit pass must be accompanied by same-day 1 p.m. event ticket. Get your $20 pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Old School, brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese. Every type of meat and every type of cut. I'm Moss Norman inside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios here, 1040 O Street. Big thanks to our friends at the Mill for everything they do, the partnership with us here. Big thanks to the Mercado for sponsoring Old School. Again, every type of meat, every type of cut. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, as well as 30th and Yankee Hill here in Lincoln. Also have a location up in Omaha now, 168th and Maple. Tomorrow is Fired Up Friday. That means they have their lunch specials up and rolling for you from 11 to 2 at your certified Piedmontese locations. Make sure you get yourself there. It is first come, first serve. It is not limitless. It is not endless. Make sure you get yourself out to, again, one of the 2 Lincoln Mercado locations, 84th and Havelock or 30th and Yankee Hill, or the location up in Omaha at 168th and Maple. Jay Foreman is working his way into stream here. I see it loading in the background. Hopefully we can get Jay in here very quickly. But it is also important to note that we, 93.7 The Ticket, 1 week from today, will be at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O, celebrating, enjoying, taking in the first day of the men's NCAA basketball tournament. Let's go to the stream. Starter Heyman Jewelers. Welcome in Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman. Jay, can you hear us? Are you with us? Jay Foreman, Husker Hall of Famer. Are you with us? Nope. We lost Jay. That is wildly unfortunate. We'll keep on working on getting Jay connected here. Stricky, since you're still here, we'll bring you in as we work on getting Jay connected. Here are some of the examples we have from the text line about the question that you brought up. How does it work in the household? Money G says Mets versus Royals World Series. Ooh. Not a crossover that you would think a lot about necessarily, but he said during the World Series he slept in his lazy boy. D-Man asks this question. I have family members that are Creighton versus Nebraska and other family members that are Nebraska, Iowa. Which one is worse?
I would probably say Iowa.
Ooh.
No, it just depends because you got to remember Creighton they don't have football. So for me, it's always been Creighton, Nebraska for me. And that's I can always say I ain't never lost.
Never,
ever.
Lost.
Ever. Never. Yeah.
Props. Scrolling through the text line here. Rosebud from Elmwood says, my mom is from Ohio and a huge Ohio State fan. And my dad and us kids are in Nebraska. There are TVs in different rooms. Ohio State, Nebraska hasn't really taken off. It's been all Buckeyes. So I think that one would be workable and doable. But here's one.
That would be miserable if I was a Husker and the wife was or the cousin or the brother. Oh, that would be that would not be fun.
No.
At this point, let me just say.
How about this one? Nebraska, Colorado.
Oh yeah. No.
How about that?
That was and then that's starting to re-engage a little bit, especially now with the Braves and Deion Sanders up there. A lot of people at Nebraska, especially though, that was a hate that you used to have for like Norm Stewart and Barry Switzer. You know what I mean? Like that's that kind of visceral that you have towards a team now that's going on in Colorado. So yeah.
Another Big 8 rival comes to us from Bryce on the text line. Oklahoma and Nebraska in my household, but I live in Tulsa.
No, that's similar. I can understand that. He's a Nebraska fan?
One of them is either him or his wife.
Okay. Well, let me just say it was beautiful at some times living down in Texas early on while I was still playing basketball because Nebraska was still dominating the game. But boy, oh boy, as of late, if I wear my Nebraska stuff, they're like, oh, they got a team in Nebraska. It's gotten to that point now where they're really, really railing on me. So I need them to step back up again.
Mm-hmm. Let's take an early break. I think we're close to getting Jay Foreman connected here. Stricky, thanks for popping in for a little while longer. Safe travels home. We'll see you back for On the Block tomorrow.
Sounds good.
More Old School. Jay Foreman, next.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
When you teach your children how to set and reach goals, you'll do more than just help them succeed in school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Motivation and goal setting build confidence and instill a drive that will benefit children their entire lives. It will also help them become more positive thinkers. Working together, parents and teachers are a powerful team for student success.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Take two. Jay Foreman, what's up?
Yo, hey, what's going on?
Oh, you know, just a lot. Just got my director leaving. You either timed it perfectly or terribly to not be in the city right now.
I wish I had, some knowledge beforehand to leave, but it was just dumb luck, I guess, right? Man, it's one of those things, man. It's, I don't know when the last time Nebraska's had just a regular off season, and it's always something. It's disappointing. It's, it's tragic. I think this is a little bit different than maybe when Scott didn't work out. And I've always said, Scott had his issues or whatever, not issues, because I don't want people to run with that. Like, there's some things that, well documented, he probably could have done better. but I also feel that like there was things working not in Scott's favor that he didn't have any control over. You know, I mentioned COVID and having a young team, and then there's just the stuff you have to deal with that nobody ever really comes to terms with and understands, or let alone want to like rectify or even, you know, really bring the light, right? It's like, let's just keep doing what we're doing. Let's just keep killing ourselves and wonder why we're looked at as a laughing stock. And so, you know, I'm not making any excuses for Scott. I'm just being 100% honest. You know, it's well documented. I felt like wanted Scott to do well. I just think there were some things that just didn't work out well. Now, how does that affect the, you know, Trev leaving? Well, there's a lot of look, when you make a lateral move, essentially, it tells you something. It sheds light on something. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand there's some issues behind the scenes that were probably not to his liking. And I would like to think that he would have probably. I would like to think that, you know, that he could have, you know, been here and fought through it, and maybe he just, you know, maybe he felt like, you know, this is something that's been brewing for a while. Only person that knows those answers are Trev, and I doubt he's ever going to probably come and just be truthful. But you know, I know there were some things that definitely needed to be, you know, done, and it's not it's not one subject thing. I feel like there's a lot of people that are making decisions, probably aren't in the position to make decisions, if that makes sense. And they haven't been for the best of Nebraska. And, you know, until we decide that we all want to do better, you know, that's in every facet. That's football. That's every sport. That's academics. That's diversity. That's fundraising. Because right now where we're at, where we have to, I mean, if this does not like wake people up, then I don't know if it ever will, right?
Right.
If we do not understand and look at ourselves and understand that we all have to do better, and look, and this is no different than there's people that, look, for every media member that felt like it was their chance to try to take shots at the university, for every, you know, person that felt like you part of this too. It's either you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. It's very easy to be part of the problem when nothing happens, but then when it does happen, where are you? Nobody's perfect, including Trev. Nobody's perfect, including anybody that's in those high-ranking positions. I used to think that they were making the best decision of like that they had for at the moment. You know, that's a little bit questionable at the time. And so right now, you know, you're questioning leadership. You know, I mean, I think Trev in his statement when he talked about leadership, I mean, I think he's, you know, taking a shot at leadership. That doesn't mean that our leadership can't do better. They just have to. And it's a trying time for the university. It's a, you know, college football is changing. It's going to change in the next 4 years. Who knows if we're still going to be in the Big Ten? I don't know anything about that, but who knows if there's going to be a Big Ten from here on out? It might just be the top, you know, 40, 50 teams, and everybody just battles it out, and then you got to regulate in and out. I mean, there's a lot of things that could change in college football in a matter of 2, 3, 4 years. I mean, heck, they just came out with a 12-team playoff. They've already okayed a 16 playoff. If you are not paying attention to what's going on, things are moving faster than what you understand, and this is, you know, part of it. And, you know, for whatever reason, he felt like he needed to make a move. I'm obviously disappointed in the move, but I can understand it. I can. I've been, you know, privy to some conversations that I'm not going to, you know, divulge, but I can understand it. I can understand when anybody makes a move. That doesn't mean I don't like it or I like it. It'd be very hard. It'd be very hard for me to be in that position to leave. It'd be very hard for me to leave knowing this is a program that essentially Coach Osborne built to the mecca of football programs. With Coach Osborne and those coaches and everybody included, I'm talking about when was there the athletic director, I'm talking all the way down to the janitor, I'm talking about every single sport head coach, every single player that was there, every single faculty member was there, was all pulling in the right direction to get it to the same direction and in the right direction. And I guess, you know, that's two in the same. So it'd be very hard for me to leave a place like that. So that, you know, that probably lets you know, I'm sure it had to be a hard decision. I mean, Coach Osborne, without Coach Osborne, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Period. You know what I mean? He took a chance on me. I obviously, you know, made good on that chance. And then, you know, the rest is history. But, you know, everybody's case, you just never know. If you decide not to come to Nebraska, are you where you're at right now? Yes, everybody put in the work, but this is a program that he built and through some trying times. And right now, the way college football is, it's definitely a more than trying time because nobody's on solid ground right now, unless you are let's be honest, a winning football program.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working to get there, but it can't just be all on the coaches and the players. Like there's more to wins and losses than that. It's like football, like in NFL, right? You know, if you got bad GMs and all this other stuff or whatever, your team's gonna be bad. The idea that you're just gonna accumulate a whole bunch of players and just roll them out there and think you're gonna win games, that's part of it. That's a big part of it, but it's not the whole part.
That brings me to these two questions that I think tie together. I'm not asking you to divulge any secret conversations or anything, but you know Trev to some degree. And I think the reaction from the outside, people looking in, is, okay, either he didn't really love Nebraska, he was a liar, or something got so bad so fast he had to leave. That the narrative is, hey, he's running away from the hard work, he sees an easy way out, he's taking it, or he tried. He gave an honest effort, gave it what he could, and left when he felt he had enough. Knowing what you do about Trev, was he lying about his love for Nebraska? Is he taking the easy way out? Or did he give an honest effort and something got to a breaking point?
Man, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. That's a hard. I mean, I can't really answer it. I mean, I'd hate to think that he'd take the easy way out. I'd hate to even go that way. And you know, I would say this: the optics don't look like that way. It looked that. And here's the funny thing: I was in the airport when this thing broke. Right, a little short dude. He was making jokes, talking about he played football, and he's like, I had a Nebraska hat on, and Grant, I had no idea that this was going on, and so. You know, I got to apologize to Nick because Nick asked me in the morning and I just went off on him like, you got to use your words. But it was breaking news. Well, dude, this guy went to the University of New Mexico, Lobos.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we used to dream about being Nebraska. What happened? What's going on? Why would somebody that's been there and his name is up in the stadium leave? You know what I mean? I'm just like, what are you talking about? So I would hate to think that would be part of that would be part of the process. The easy thing is to think that, and then it'd be like, okay, it had to be also some things that I don't know if they were just so bad, but you just felt like it never would get any better in a timely fashion, and you have to act accordingly. I'm a big believer in this, and I've learned this here, like personally. Sometimes people make you do things that you don't want to do. Sometimes situations make you do things that you don't want to do. And that's just the sucky part about life and the sucky thing about sports. And that's the way it is. And that's not saying his decision is right or wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. He's gone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now you hate it because you feel like the university is look, after Callahan and, well, you wouldn't say Bo had it in a good situation. So just say after Mike Riley, and then to say, you know, after Frost and the I course, and then you go to Bill Moose. I mean, heck, the funny thing about it, somebody was joking with me. He was like, dang, he was here less than Bill Moose. And Bill Moose wasn't even here because even if he was here 4 years, my man wasn't here half the time, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, could it be that bad that he wanted to, jet? So, I mean, I'd hate to, you know, because when you say like he took the easy way, you know, that's a quit. You know, that you're trying to call somebody a quitter. I'm not. I would never. I can't go to that part. I can't go that far yet. You know, and I don't. And really, to be honest with you, Austin and people out there, if that's truly, I don't have to live with that. I've never quit on anything. You know what I mean? Now I've been put in situations where I got to make the hard decisions. And I hated making those decisions, but I had to make those decisions, and you got to live with them. And those decisions hurt, and they eat you up sometimes. But then eventually, you understand you had to make those decisions. And and I've made plenty of wrong decisions. So I'm not up here trying to act like I'm, you know, the mecca of right decisions. I mean, you know me, Austin. Hey, it's a coin flip at this point, right? So but you know, I also think that you know, it had to be some tough stuff. But I would never want to be. It's a hard. I mean, I couldn't be sleeping right now. Even though I'd be down there, I'd be hard. I left a place that I gave it all and put me at a place where I was able to have success, and you know, then come back and be, you know, the athletic director. I mean, and you know what? Sometimes, man, it's like Austin, like the only thing I could equate of is like, when I got done playing and I still have my house in Minnesota, and you're like, okay, well then, you know what? My high school and the people that are there, it's changed, right? And so the appeal might have been initially good, and maybe it just wore out that it just was too much, or whatever. So I think the bigger thing is what's going to happen next. We're going to hire a president first, or we're going to hire AD. Now you got to now. I'm assuming now I can't talk for anybody, right? Look, man. I mean, you up here bringing Matt Rule up in here, and the two dudes that he came here for are gone. You better loop him in on some conversations, right? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sure they are, right? I can't again. I'm not speaking for somebody, but look, the lights are shut on and off by that football program, and is going to be able to go to newer heights if you surround him with the support he needs to be successful. And that's the bottom line. And now essentially we have backed ourselves in the corner. Like, and there is no way out. Like, I guess I look at it like when the Scott situation didn't work out, right? Okay, we had the safety net because Trev was our athletic director, and even though he maybe needed to learn, the ins and outs of it, but you felt like he was always going to make the right decision, right? Or like do what's best for Nebraska. Well, that's gone, right? That doesn't mean the new person is going to come in, but the safety net's gone. So now we can't make another bad decision. We've already made enough, right? And even when we make good decisions, we found a way to, somehow they decide to go other places. And it probably came out of left field. I don't know what it had to be, something that you couldn't turn down, and it probably just became too much, and maybe it was an opportunity you felt like you couldn't pass up. I don't know. I mean, I don't view Texas A&M as that. I think like if you're able to be a part of Nebraska actually becoming viable again, it means more to college football. I've been told that by Jimmy Johnson told me that at my dad's Hall of Fame thing. And obviously he has an unbiased opinion. I've talked to people from Virginia Tech. I've talked to people from Georgia, from Alabama, all over. They said, well, Nebraska, if they come back, it's what college football needs. It's like they're waiting. So then maybe I don't think the opportunity is there. Where is really the opportunity to really, go to that next level? So with Texas A&M, because in a lot of people's mind, Texas A&M will always be second fiddle to Texas. And I lived in Texas for a long time. I'm down in Texas right now, and Houston is a Texas A&M Aggie town. So obviously that was the talk of the town. From John McClain to all of them, Seth Payne, all of them. So, but it's still an Aggie town. It's not Dallas. It's not Austin. And it's a different type of people. So, we'll see. And all you can do is just try to recover from it. It's going to take a little while to, it affects a lot of people though too. I always say that when these moves are made, there's a lot of employees there that they're going to have a new boss. I know Trev was demanding having them to work hard. They all answered the bell, it seemed like. So, but when a new guy comes in, things change.
Noah from Lincoln on the text line asks this question, and we want your kind of prognostication cap on here. What's the silver lining? Is there one? Can we see it now, or do we have to wait for a while to see if there is a silver lining to come out of the sudden departure?
The silver lining is spring football starts in about 10 days.
Seriously, there we
go. Because then you can then that could take the focus of what you need to do. And that's where, the leadership in that football locker room, their whole program needs to be laser focused on, we have got to handle our business. The business of upstairs, let's just say, floor 4 and above, or wherever they're at, or wherever, whatever it is, the higher ups, they're going to handle, that's going to be handled but the only thing that can really take the focus away from it is continue to have a good winter conditioning program, and then have an excellent spring, because, it doesn't matter who comes in as the AD and president, right? Matt Rule is going to he's going to be the coach without a doubt. The same players are going to be there. You got to perform. And so, that's really what can really give people solace. And then all the focus can turn towards the football team and the improvement that, I think they can make.
You mentioned Matt Rule and the football aspect of this. Danielle on the YouTube stream, thanks for chiming in. Really appreciate you guys being there. We had Sam McEwen on the block to lead off the show, and his column on this day started out with Matt Rule holds all the cards in this. You mentioned Matt Rule, basically needing to be looped into these conversations. How, as whether it's the president that brings him in or the board of regents, whoever it is, how do you walk that fine line between giving Matt Rule a say, understanding who he is and how he operates, versus not letting it turn into like a Kevin Durant, James Harden picking Steve Nash, Giannis picking Adrian Griffin situation? Like, there's a fine line there. How do you handle giving Matt Rule a say without letting him run the search?
Oh no, man! Hey, if I'm a coach, I got to know who I'm riding with. Hey, listen, you got me out there. What's that movie with Tom Hanks when he's out there in that boat?
Castaway.
Yeah, Castaway.
It's Volleyball Wilson.
Right. Yeah. And I need somebody to be here that just in case I need saved. So I think they gotta, I'm assuming, and it might happen all the time. Maybe he has some ideas or whatever, and I'm sure they probably got to run stuff by him, or just maybe keep him. I think the biggest thing you could do is just show him the respect that he deserves as the head football coach, and the respect that every coach deserves. That's Fred Hoiberg, that's Amy Williams, that's John Cook, that's Will Bolt. That's all of them deserve the respect to know who the possibilities are to be the next AD. I do believe that. That's their new boss, right? And then obviously the president is, I think the pecking order is the president is above that. So, and then, we already got a chancellor. So, I mean, people are going to have to play, wear different hats to those roles are filled. But I definitely, these are the people that are, work for the university, going to work for, this new athletic. We're going to have a new athletic director, no matter even if it's in-house or what. I think the only thing is to do is keep them abreast. Now, they don't have to know every single step, but they shouldn't be kept in the dark. And then they get an email and say, "Okay, this is Jay Foreman, your new athletic director."
Hallelujah, amen. The world rejoices. Everything is fixed.
Listen, man, my gray hair is multiplied 10 times. I think I might be full gray. I wouldn't be salt and pepper. I'd just be silver as lion after that, But I mean, it's tough right now. And I would have probably think you can't make a decision right now because of the emotion. The cut is deep. The damage is deep. You know what I mean? The damage is look, man, when you go and blow up a city, like I always watch like Game of Thrones, you keep just knocking it on down to the roots. Now you down into the foundation underneath the ground now. And so I mean, it's tough. I mean, the funny thing is, like, people laughing at, like, one of my best friends, Sean Bryson, was like, "What is going on out there?" Like, literally, what is going on? He's in like Franklin, North Carolina. He's in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Podunk. He likes riding in his side by side on the weekend. So he's getting ESPN updates. My dad's calling, but it's. Things happen like this out of nowhere. It's tough, man. It's tough. And look, man, it's not Trev didn't get ran out of town about like any like lawsuit or none of that. They don't run with that. That's just ignorance right there. That's not it. I know that for a fact. I can tell you that's not it. He ain't scared of nobody or all that nonsense. So, hopefully things get fixed and they go in the right direction. But the one thing that cures all is them pads clacking. I'm sure, Matt Rule is going to have to put another hat on. It seems like he's got 50 of them, me, Austin. I only wear 2 hats. I wear this one and my old, dingy other one. So, but Matt Rule got every single color out there. And so he's going to have to hold the fort down. Because ultimately he's got to shelter the team and keep them focused. Because ultimately you don't want to lose a day of getting better on things that they definitely can't control. And I was talking to somebody and they're saying, you know what, 80% of what you worry about never comes to fruition. And so it's just that's why you just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other and then. Go from there. But I used to have this thing, Austin, and I know we got to go to break, is that me and some friends, me and the garage crew, we always said that by the time we're 60, and this is obviously, that we would want to be able to get in the RV and drive to the Big Ten championship and get out of that bad boy with a 70% chance that we were going to win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That we were back. Time's ticking.
You just had your 40th birthday. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I got a couple other brothers that they just turned 50. They 50. Got one at 52. He's like, hey,
dang,
yeah, 8 years. Yeah. Well, no, it's not that. Time's ticking, and once one of us hits 60, then the bet's off. So, things need to start moving at a rapid pace, man. But we'll go to break. We'll come back. We'll keep at this stuff, but then also, we got them Lady Huskers got to get it on and popping here pretty soon. And so let's hit a break and then we'll come right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Attention all Nebraska basketball fans. The NCAA tournament is coming soon, and Nebraska looks to be on its way to their first appearance in 10 years. Better Tree Removal wants to celebrate the occasion and any possible success in the tournament by offering a deal. If you're in need of tree removal on your property, call or text Todd by March 20th. If Nebraska wins the first round game, you'll get 25% off the bid. If they win 2, you'll get 50% off. You must contact Todd at 402-780-1377 before March 20th.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena March 29th and 30th. The fun begins at the pit party Saturday at 10:30 a.m., where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Pit pass must be accompanied by same-day 1 p.m. event ticket. Get your $20 pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Whether you're just starting your journey together or celebrating years of cherished memories, there's no better way to mark your love story than with fine jewelry. Join us at the Wedding Band Expo this weekend at Sartor Heyman Jewelers at South Point Pavilions. Enjoy an incredible 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Don't miss out on this opportunity to find the ring of your dreams at a price you'll adore. Sartor Heyman Jewelers Wedding Band Expo this weekend at South Point Pavilions.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: scattered showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy too, with an afternoon high around 50. Tonight, a slight chance of showers early, then mostly cloudy and a low around 36. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. We'll see an afternoon high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 21st and 22nd at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Old school. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. Quick segment here, Austin, so we don't run over into the next one. But hey, man, tough times, man. I think it'll be interesting to see how things shake out with moving forward. But it's definitely a trying time, for Nebraska right now, and it'll be interesting to see how everybody comes out of it, man, because it's tough right now.
It really is. And I feel like that's a big part of this, too, for Husker fans, Jay, is that they feel like it's something else. It's something piled on top of something else. Another, sort of bad break. I think, every fan base goes through it to some degree, but I think Husker fans, feel like it's been a lot recently. I mean, there hasn't been an athletic director stay longer than 5 years since the guy that was there when you were there, in Bill Byrne. That's a lot of changeover. Right. We talk about, the football coaches. 5 and 12 years now is, I think, what Nebraska will be going on with Matt Rule. That's a lot of changeover. That's not a lot of stability to work with. You look at even, on a more granular level, softball. Supposed to be huge, a huge season, supposed to contend to host a regional or super regional. And then third inning of the first game, the best player who's from the state of Nebraska, you got her back home, hurts. And yes, this stuff happens all across the country. It's not just woe is Nebraska. But at the same time, it does seem like, especially recently, the last 20 years, however long, Nebraska hasn't been able to make up for those mistakes. When you were playing and you were winning national championships, I'm not going to say this stuff didn't happen, but it seemed like there was more stability, more institutional knowledge and control that you guys, other programs, were better able to overcome some of that adversity for whatever reason. It just feels like the molehills, maybe some of them are closer to mountains, get in the way a lot more the last 20 years than maybe the 20 years before that.
Yeah, definitely. But college football has changed, since then. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different. There's a lot more parity. There's a lot more networks, and then also the focus on winning is not as paramount either. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different. There's only a few teams actually playing football and playing to win, and there's a lot of them, like I say, playing Halloween and dressing up to do so, and that could be anywhere from coaches, players, and administration, and that's just the way it is. And there's a lot of money involved, so that's a lot different than before. There is no more. One of the things that worries me when I came here in Nebraska, you just got to look at the staff didn't turn over much, right? You wanted to be at Nebraska. You wanted to see it through. It wasn't about the money. And you always got to do what's best for you and your family. And that's why you see players that, doing some of the things they're doing. So you can't fault them at it. But also think that there's always a good way to do business and, at least walk away when people can respect you and understand what you're doing. So, I think the time that when Nebraska, decided, consciously that what was the way that made Nebraska the most dominant team in the 90s wasn't good enough, when it was a conscious effort, whether it was Bill Callahan trying to just bleed the program of any of Coach Osborne, his success, so forth and so on. It was just bad timing. Because college football, the landscape of college football was changing, and in Nebraska didn't have to change that much, because then when Urban Meyer came in and started running his kind of spread offense, it essentially was Tom Osborne offense, just with the fullback displaced. Well, times come around, so you just got to find a way to dig deep and recover. You got to maybe go outside of the normal box and find different ideas on how to make these next decisions the right way. I'm a big believer of getting a worldly look at your program by maybe somebody that doesn't fit in your economic area, or maybe just isn't from here or doesn't look like you. Because I'm telling you, some of the best advice I've ever gotten is from my mom, who wasn't ever truly invested in football. She was truly invested in me. And so she was able to see some things that I wasn't able to see when I was playing, that helped me, continue to do well. So we'll see. It's a lot to digest. And it's horrible timing when you got both the basketball programs on the cusp of going to the NCAA. Wrestling is kicking butt. Baseball team's kicking butt. We know track and field and gymnastics is going to handle their business. The golf team's even doing better, both men's and women's. Give a big shout out to them. Everybody's in the uptick, right? Football is probably no doubt going to be bowl eligible next year. And you got the Big Ten Coach of the Year in basketball. And then right there next to him was Amy Williams, who probably should been in the running as well. Just a couple plays, and you're talking about Big Ten champions and tournament champions. So there is a lot of positive going on, but there's some stuff that behind the scenes that probably need to be taken care of.
Absolutely. Let's throw it a break. Back for more?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sure. All right.
More Husker Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Old School, certified Piedmontese by the Mercado. Next.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air?
Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at nebraskaautodetail.com.
Whether you're just starting your journey together or celebrating years of cherished memories, there's no better way to mark your love story than with fine jewelry. Join us at the Wedding Band Expo this weekend at Sartor Heyman Jewelers at South Point Pavilions. Enjoy an incredible 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Don't miss out on this opportunity to find the ring of your dreams at a price you'll adore. Sartor Heyman Jewelers Wedding Band Expo this weekend at South Point Pavilions.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Now, to tie it back to Nebraska men's basketball, this group has a chance to do something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You know, in making a run in the Big Ten tournament, a serious run, in winning the first NCAA tournament game, but they're not going to get there by doing the same things they've always done. It is on this team to step up and change that narrative. It won't change on its own. Teams won't lay over for you, and that's the mindset shift we haven't consistently seen yet.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, DP is on the road up there, about to bring you to the Supernovas pregame show in about 54 minutes and 30 seconds. And we are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 2 locations in Lincoln, one in Omaha off of Maple Street. So if you're in either Lincoln or Omaha, go over and check them out. The weather is turning. Any weather above 32 degrees is grilling weather. So at least for me, I tease myself, Austin. I say even when it's cold, it tastes better when you grill. That's not true because because you have to thaw yourself out. So, anyways, obviously, look, along with, there's not much more I can say. Is just that it just sucks right now. For me, I'm a former player. I played there, right? It's and I always try to tell people, it's not about me. We did what we needed to do. You know what I mean? There's nothing more that we could have done. We did what we needed to do. We were able to take advantage of the team and the bonding that we had, and we, lit the world on fire. And part of the reason we were able to do so is because the security we felt like we had, just in leadership that, trickled down to Coach Osborne. And I'm sure they had their squabbles and they figured out a way to, keep it in-house and find some sort of conclusion that everybody could go to bed at night, understanding that the decision is made. You might not like it, but you can respect it. And we were able to go out there and do things. Now, I really feel bad for the state of Nebraska, right? Because athletic director, essentially, you just equate, right to football, and so I feel sorry for the state. I feel sorry for the fans right now. And, feel sorry for, the people that, look, a lot of people in there truly enjoyed working with and for Trev, I never had a problem with him. He gave me the ultimate respect and a lot of times where maybe he didn't have to. I know there was people that worked there before that did not. It's just a tough day in Nebraska history. Number one, the optics are not good. I mean, the optics ain't good, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the optics just ain't good. It just looked horrible. Somebody said, asked me, "What you think they'll make a hire in a day or two?" I said, "I doubt it. I heavily doubt it." That's what I'm saying. But
You just got broken up with over text. You're not rebounding that quick.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you what, man. That's like getting ghosted. I just learned what ghosted mean, and people ghost people all the time, and they have very, very, very a wide variety of excuses. But if somebody can ghost you like that, that just lets you know, man, you just might not be as sweet as you think you are. So, no, all jokes aside, I just think, it's not a good day in Husker history. This type of stuff happens, but maybe not to the magnitude that has happened. Probably at a more, it's continuous here in Nebraska. It's one thing after another. When is this the bottom, or is this? Listen, we keep digging, and we keep going lower, and so hopefully,
and on that point, Jay, you've mentioned that Nebraska is the biggest job of basically anyone's life. You talked about that with the football coaches, right? Matt Roullier's had an NFL job, but coming to Nebraska, it means more. It's different. It's a bigger job. You think about it too through the lens of Trev Alberts being an alumni, calling Nebraska home, everything that he put in here as a player, the years he spent up in Omaha. That's why, too, I think Husker fans are burned, because this was supposed to be it. Like, unless you went to the college football playoff, not even committee, but governing board, or, a big role in the NCAA or the Big Ten, there weren't many steps up from Nebraska. So to see him take a step sideways at best, I think that's what's leaving a lot of Husker fans hurting and confused and questioning what's going on, because hey, this is supposed to be the biggest job you can really get.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I mean, I always say it's the biggest job that a lot of people get. It can springboard you to bigger and better things, and it's not that you just want to use this as a springboard. In my opinion, I think everything that you need is here. You got a tremendous amount of fan support. Obviously, you got financial support, and now granted, it's a little tricky because, state funding, I think, has been cut. So then that trickles into, where does, donation money go, football program and so forth and so on. But I think that I thought at least that they were trying to figure that out. You know what I mean? Now, I will never sit up here and try to act like I'm educated on that type of process, because if I was, I'd probably be a board of regent, right? I'm not.
I'll write you in November. How about that?
Hey, I'm in. All I need is a sandwich and soup, and I'm there. So, right. But I just think that, it is a big job. It does take a lot of staying power. There is a lot of things that go on in this job. It's no different than I would say, like at Penn State and some of these like Alabama and Clemson. There's a different way about Nebraska, and they do things different. And, it's a challenge to Nebraska to understand whatever you got going on. Like, you got, if you're really trying to do what's best for Nebraska, you have to come to the terms of whatever the process is, right? Whether it's how you've hired coaches, how you've interviewed people, how you thought about Nebraska, how you treated people while you're employed at Nebraska, how you maybe have treated people when you start to get some more power, per se, or whatever it is, ain't working. You can't tell me it's working. But that doesn't mean it can't work. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would say it has to work from here on out. And there is no time. There is no it has to get fixed right now.
No safety net, like you said in hour 1, too. It has to get fixed. Right. It has to be right, because, again, in a changing era of college athletics, you don't know if you get another chance.
Yeah, and I would probably say that we've gotten a lot of chances. You know,
already,
what I mean? I think we've gotten a lot of chances. And I think we squandered a couple. And I think this is maybe, it seems like it's like our last chance. It's like our last hope. In Star Wars, they said, Princess Leia said, "Luke, this is it. You are
help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my last hope."
Yeah, you better call Obi-Wan Kenobi, you Dalai Lama, or whoever else you pray to. Rub nickels together, do something, because we need to get it going in the right direction, like fast, because everybody's moving in a different direction and seems like they're doing things to put themselves in a position to be successful. We are now playing catch up and we were playing catch up in two of the most important positions. Besides the football coach and other coaches, that has to deal with athletics.
I want to ask you this question that someone brought up to Strick. As a student athlete, what's the impact on you? Because I think to some degree, like, it shouldn't really affect you, on the day to day, but at the same time, this is your coach's boss. That adds more stress to them and their plate, and how they're feeling could affect practice or how they deal with you. So put yourself back in student athletes' shoes. What does a move like this out of the blue mean for them?
It could be, because these kids are, we were able to look. We didn't have the media. We didn't have a phone. We didn't have the ability to talk to people across the country, or listen to different people, how they view some of the things that say, whatever, obviously Trev leaving and so forth and so on, to have a, I guess a better and more educated opinion, because we were just, all we had is a newspaper. We never read the newspaper. We didn't even know who was writing the newspaper. No offense to anybody. So we never got involved in that stuff. So we were able to kind of always be focused on what the main thing was the main thing. Now, these kids aren't dumb. They understand, like, okay, your boss is gone, say you're, okay, we played good, but did we play great? Everybody knows there's, it could be change. So then that might make kids to start to look at things early, because they might just assume, things might change. And so that's how it affects you. It's a trickle down effect. That's why I was saying there's people ask you, when you ask me about, will you take, do you take the easy way out or whatever? All I'm saying is, man, you sometimes you got to sit back and really look at the damage that could be done afterwards. Damage. Never before, probably since Strick, right? And Strick would know better than me. Never before, I think, in the last 2.5 years, I felt like the basketball program on both ends were in this type of stability right now. And I'm probably, I could be wrong, and people, whatever. But it's been a long time, right? Reason why is because we have an NBA arena that's always constantly packed.
An NBA coach.
An NBA coach, and a great women's coach. And then I look at, like, the football program, right? You don't have the type of recruiting and being able to get this close in the year one, when it's kind of a throw-off year, with someone extremely young staff to not be pointing in the right direction. But there's a lot of work to be done. You don't want that to affect that upward tick, where you get the number one quarterback, you get the number one player in, like, 4 or 5 states or something like that. What was done there is not easy. It all kind of comes together. The baseball team with Will Bolt, I would say the volleyball team, I would say they're the most dominant program in our all of our sports right now. Softball team, like you mentioned, even though Jordy's not playing, she will be a part of the program, and she will be back next year. So that's still there. So that means that's the type of recruit you get next year, because she's not playing this year. So and they still are talented. They're still well coached, and so that's why I think that there's a lot of damage, with this decision, and it can't be taken lightly.
And someone asked on the text line, do you think Trev Alberts underestimated the amount of blowback he would get? I've heard some people saying that they don't think this is how Trev wanted it to go down.
What? Listen, man, this is Nebraska. If you wear Nikes and you're supposed to be Adidas, they act like you did this the Cardinal thing. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think that. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I can't answer that. I would imagine he would he would know that people would be upset.
Which is where I think there's some credence to the theory that the fact that these reports came out of Houston means probably from A&M people who either wanted to put pressure on him to take the job or have some leverage of some sort over him, where, again, not knowing Trev personally, maybe it was selfish. Maybe he was trying to get away in the dead of night, sneak away without a word, Irish goodbye, whatever you want to call it. But that's not the Trev Alberts that we saw forward-facing this whole time. The Trev Alberts, I think Nebraska fans came to know, wanted to do it the right way. That, maybe he was interviewing for other jobs, but kept it under wraps pretty well for a while and wanted to have a platform to put out his own statement. But someone else outside of his control maybe leaked this, maybe forced his hand to some degree. So it's terrible optics, and maybe it's Trev's fault, but I don't think it's fair to just absolutely go in and assume that it's Trev's fault.
Yeah. I mean, listen, down in Texas, they play dirty. All right, I'm telling you, they're gonna force their way to get what they want. And when I was down there when it happened, I knew exactly what was happening. They got you in a Texas two-step. That's what they call it down here. You they dancing partner, and you ain't switching. And the thing is, they know that maybe even if he was thinking about it, right? Say he was thinking about it, they estimated the fact that they kept saying it was a foregone conclusion that you pigeonholed him to do it. Now I think that maybe he was leaning that way, and I'm sure he wanted to do it a different way. But sometimes when the decisions are made, the decisions are just made. Because at the end of the day, if he was able to get up in front of everybody and tell them, okay, I've been interviewing job man after long thoughts and stuff like that, what's the difference? People are still going to have the same reaction. Now, I do think that they were playing, they hit you with there's two things that happen from the north and the south. Down in Texas, they hit you with the Texas two-step. That's what happened, right? So they pull the wool over your eyes, whatever. Up in Minnesota, when they do it, they call it the Hoboken hustle. And so you just got to be wary of it. But ultimately, this decision is made. By no means do I think it was an easy decision on his part. And it's probably a decision that you're not gonna just make this decision, be down in College Station and driving to work and not have Nebraska on your mind. That's just not gonna happen. You're just humanly impossible. But ultimately, there's things and reasons why he did, and that's where we're at right now, and it sucks.
It does.
Bad.
Let's talk about this too, though. Your boy Dennis LeBlanc, 40 years in the athletic department. He's the interim. How about that for Dennis? That's pretty cool.
Hey, good. Yeah, good on Dennis, man. Go ahead, Dennis. Do your thing. Dennis is a great man. He's done a lot for student athletes. And he did a lot for me. I remember meeting him on my recruiting trip, and I told him some of my goals as far as what I wanted to do in school. We talked a lot about school and a little about football, and he held me accountable, and he pushed me to do bigger and better things. And so I don't have anything negative to say about Dennis. I think he's been a positive influence on the program. Always will be, always has been, and he'll take the interim title, and he'll do whatever he needs to do in order to keep this thing running straight.
If you are an interim AD, how is that similar, different than being like an interim head coach or promoted to play caller after a coordinator gets fired? Like what can he do? What should he be expected to do for as long as this takes?
Oh man, I'm assuming he's just gonna. I'm assuming he's gonna have to be making decisions for the athletic department. That's what the athletic director is. It's no different, I think, when Dave Remington did it, right? You make decisions as the acting, athletic director. Now, I don't know, I don't know if he has aspirations to be athletic director, or Dennis can only answer that. And then however they go about the process, to the handover or whatever. And if there's anything that needs to be made right now, then look, he's been in the athletic department 40 years. So I'm sure he knows a lot, seen a lot, and knows what he wants to get accomplished.
And hey, you just turned 40. He's been there your whole life, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's a smart man. It was a great year when he started. So we started this thing together. So I guess I'll be the assistant AD then come Monday.
There we go. We will look forward to that announcement. You said you're down in Houston?
Yeah.
Joe Mixon doesn't scare me. Bring on Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon has, hands down, he's the top 2 or 3 end zone dancers in the league, and they're going to dance all over the Colts. So,
Jonathan Taylor dancing right back.
You know who I'm really excited about, though?
Well, they traded Luke Collins away, so it can't be him.
It's not even in Houston. It's Jameis Winston going to Cleveland.
There you go. Famous Jameis tearing it up in Cleveland.
I love Jameis, man, and I think he's gonna light Cleveland on fire, man. I think he's gonna end up taking Deshaun Watson's spot. And Deshaun Watson, he better have a good offseason. They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to get out of that contract, because he's definitely stealing right now. So Jameis is gonna get a shot at being a starter again, and I hope he does well. I think you seen Baker do it. Good shot, good job by him, and then I think Jameis can do it if he gets the opportunity.
Just how not ready for Cleveland, or not just how not ready for Jameis is Cleveland. Like what is Cleveland in for? Do they even know what's in store for them?
That locker room don't know what's in store for Jameis. They say from people I talk, they say he's great in the locker room, great teammate, hard worker, a little quirky, but I think he's just he's an all-time great, and he's developed into a great personality. The Jameis world after he gets done playing football is going to be next level.
Top tier. It already is. Like the persona that he's crafted for himself, the career arc that he's been through already. Like Jameis isn't young. I mean, he won the Natty back in 2013 with Florida State, but he's still got his whole life ahead of him. If this is what we're getting from this level of Jameis, bring on the future. I am here for it.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that talks in the third person and still says instead of strong, he says scrong.
Scrong.
Right, Jameis is, but he can still throw it, man. He's got a real good arm, and I think he's gotten better. The funny thing about Jameis, he had like 2100 vision, and literally when he got to the Saints, they got him LASIK and contacts, or contacts and then LASIK. So his whole football life, baseball, because he was a heck of a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't see, and then he started actually throwing the ball and stopped throwing interceptions. So that's what I'm the most excited about. All the other guys, I think the free agency is real funny because a lot of the guys that signed the deals before free agency opens, they don't even know the teams. Those are guys that don't work. I think Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh they're gonna give that AFC North a lot of problems. Pittsburgh has made some good moves. I think they're continue to get their roster back to where it needs to be, and Russell Wilson is a huge pickup for them.
For the vet minimum, 1.2 mil. The rest is on Denver's dime. That's a steal.
Oh, listen, man, you asked him to take a pay cut. You're gonna make sure he's getting all that check from you. Yeah, it's business, right? Russell said it was business when they asked him to give that money back. Russell, I'm still getting that check from you. He probably still got his house up there and his private jet parked out there too.
It's business when you want it back. It's business when I want it for me. Goes both ways, Denver.
Exactly, man. And so, it's always good to kind of joke about some stuff. I know that the set schedules aren't set for the Lady Huskers. I think what's their seating thing is Sunday night, right?
Sunday as well. Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully they get some luck in St. Patrick's Day and do some well and continue along the process of. For them, they want to win a game and try to get that Sweet 16. And then obviously same with the men. So, they got a big weekend ahead of them, but they also get a chance to sit back and make a name for themselves as well. So I think right now all of them, the baseball team's doing good, golf team's doing good. So, I always try to end it on a positive note because right now, boy, hey, it's rough, man. I'm telling you, it's rough down here because John Saffel, who's a really good friend of mine down here, I've been knowing him since I was playing down here. So I got down in Houston in 2002. So I've been knowing him for 21, 22 years. He's a huge Aggie.
Oh no,
huge Aggie. And all he said is like, "We 2 for 2 on taking your ADs." I was like, but y'all ain't got no national title yet, dog. Yeah.
And they have 12 men on the field all the time, right? 12th man, that's their thing. Can't even win with 12.
Yeah, but he's been blowing my text up, man. Him and his kids, the whole family killing me right now. I was gonna go over there and get me a steak, but I don't want to. He gonna probably have to make me eat pork chops. I feel so bad. I gotta start eating the swine. You know what I mean? But no, it's a tough situation, man. I think it hit and hurt a lot of people in Nebraska, man. And I guess the only way to look at it when it hurts like this and it's different than anger, or there is some anger, right? I mean, there is obviously because of the damage, right? But I think you know, when people are devastated that you leave or you're mad or whatever, that means you actually probably did something good.
Makes sense. We should probably
Yeah.
take a break and come back with more old school here in just a second.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford,
Listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Whether you're just starting your journey together or celebrating years of cherished memories, there's no better way to mark your love story than with fine jewelry. Join us at the Wedding Band Expo this weekend at Sartor Heyman Jewelers at South Point Pavilions. Enjoy an incredible 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Don't miss out on this opportunity to find the ring of your dreams at a price you'll adore. Sartor Heyman Jewelers Wedding Band Expo this weekend at South Point Pavilions.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Happy Hour.
Gina Mancuso Pusofsky of the Omaha Supernovas. You've played professionally for a few years. How emotional was that first match?
When I graduated the University of Nebraska, I thought that was it. I'll never play in front of my hometown. And going overseas where no one knows you, so you feel that isolation. To play in front of my family and friends, it's a dream come true. That first time I got on the court at the beginning of our season and the crowd erupted, I mean, it took everything in me not to expose my emotion.
Weekdays from 1 to 2. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. We're about 27 minutes away for the Supernovas pregame show. DP and Coach Renee Saunders and Enrique Alvarez Clary is on the ones and twos producing it as well. So, obviously Supernovas got a big match tonight. They'll probably pull it out like they always do. First place champs. But, Austin, I always feel like it's, I'm going to cut out here a little early after this segment, but I'm going to change the subject here, man. I wish Strick was here, but have you seen the damage that Sabonis has been doing to Anthony Davis? Have you seen
10. 0-10. AD's career against him. 23 league-leading triple-doubles this year for Sabonis. He has given your boy AD that work.
Yeah,
all caps, W-O-R-K, work.
Yes, but that's Strick's boy. Because I told you the reason why the Lakers aren't the Lakers that they should be is because Anthony Davis heart pumps Kool-Aid. How you let that man destroy you 10 times in a row? And the numbers that he's putting up, 36 and 12, 23 and 10, 8 assists. Just then the way he's doing it is just deboing him, and just punking him, man. That's tough, man. That's tough.
After possession after possession, elbow, top of the key, block, transition, you name it. Paper cuts.
And then locking him down on defense where he doesn't even want to play anymore. Like, you should know after about 4 or 5 games how Sabonis is going to play. He's just doing the same thing.
He's not even good on defense.
No. But he knows that you a self-check after you beat up Anthony Davis, man. But, yeah, man, the Timberwolves also are my team, and I'm going to check them out, and up there in the MPLS. And then obviously we got Husker men's basketball that's got to come through. Also, let me ask you this. Okay, they got the double bye. So they got at least win 1 game. What about 2?
If they win 2 games and they're playing for the Big Ten tournament championship on Sunday, they are a high 8 seed? No. They don't get up to a 6 unless they beat Indiana, Illinois, and Purdue. If they win those 3 games specifically, they might sneak up into a low 6 seed. It would seem outrageous to not have your Big Ten tournament champ be, at least a 5. But Jay, We've seen this. Nebraska's just been slowly climbing the ranks of the seed list. It's gone from seed number 40, so the bottom 10 seed, to seed 37, to seed 35, to near seeing them maybe creeped up to, 33, maybe 32, be the last 8 seed. I just don't think there's that much respect for Nebraska yet, which is where this year, get in the tournament, you can't really complain about your matchup. If Nebraska wins 1 game, they're a mid to high 9. If they win 2, they're solid 8, maybe creeping up to a 7. If they win the Big Ten tournament and again beat those teams I named, then I think the committee would almost be forced to give them a 6, but I don't think they will love to do that.
Yeah. I just think if they perform well, they can get. I'll compromise. I say a 7. I think they can. I think there's going to be enough like carnage with other people in other tournaments that if Nebraska wins 2 games, they can slide in their 7, and it looks good. It passes say they get in the Big Ten tournament or a Big Ten championship, and they come down to like the last 3 or 4 possessions, something like that, where they kind of like the women's team, right, where they had the lead. It takes a historic effort to come back. Nebraska gets the lead. It's a real exciting basketball game. I think they get a little bit lower or higher seed, like the 7 or 8. But either way, as long as they're in, sometimes, even if you come in as like, say, a 12 seed and you get to play a 5, that's a great matchup for Nebraska, because generally they're going to play a team that's generally coming out of one of the Power 5 conferences that knows how to play against their type of team, like whether it's the ACC, SEC, or whatever. The way Nebraska plays can cause some problems when you're playing, like if they are a 12 against a 5, or 11 and 6 or something like that, like where you're a high seed, where you can play some teams that are fool's gold, or say they had a good run in the AAC or something like that, and they get rewarded with a too high of a seed at 4 or 5 or a 6. Nebraska could cause a lot of people some problems in that first round, because they have shown the ability to lock you down on defense, and they had been able to have multiple guys go off late in the season. Therefore, you can't solely concentrate on 30. You got to worry about Williams. You got to worry about CJ Wilcher. You got to worry about Rink. You got to worry about Alec. You got to worry about Jawan Gary. Whereas Jawan Gary can really, his size, speed, and strength can really punch a hole in your defense early. And the thing about that people don't understand about tournament games, you see it some in the Big Ten games, but it's really magnified in the NCAA, is that one big spurt in that first half, you can literally go home with it. You get what I'm saying? Because people get so tight, you can play keep away, you can get them in the foul trouble, and you get in the bonus, and then Nebraska's hitting free throws. You hit free throws, you will continue to extend your lead or knock into a lead, and that's how you see a lot of upsets.
That is the key to the upset, but I think that goes both ways too, because in March, you think about the heroes, the legends that carry their teams, whether it's a Kemba Walker, a Shabazz Napier, guys like that have these awesome, amazing runs that we remember forever. But the other side of that, Jay, is the ones we don't remember are the ones that shot their teams out of the game. They gave up that big run early, and they're trying to put it all on their shoulders to bring their team back because they're tight, because they want to make their moment and be that hero in March, which is where I think Nebraska's done a really good job all season long of not falling into that trap like they had in previous years under Fred Hoiberg, right? When things get tight, yeah, it's nice to have someone, step up and say, hey, this is on me. But Nebraska's only needed that once or twice this year, and someone hasn't risen to the occasion. Normally, if someone struggles, 3 or 4 other guys are there to pick up the slack for someone, and you're not worried about anyone going hero ball, because there's that innate level of trust that I think we've kind of underrated, just how good that the chemistry has been, that we haven't seen big stretches of, hey, my turn, your turn, I'm going hero ball tonight.
Yeah, the AAU or club concept is out, where it's like, okay, Austin, got 3 shots, so I need 4, and I got to do mine or whatever. And it wasn't within the offensive structure or principles per se of good offensive basketball. But now I think what they can do, they can put a lot of pressure on you, because they can spread you out. They can play multiple in different lineups. And if they start hitting those outside shots, they got a couple guys that can get downhill. They can play feisty defense, and then they can get out on the break where they want. So I think the one thing I like about Nebraska is when they need to get back in the game, they know where they have a mismatch. And I think that was with Rink Mass, top of the key, setting the offense. It takes the pressure off of it. And also, I think it opens up things for Casey and whoever else starts to get going. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle their business. One thing I always say, in Nebraska, in this I guess you can even, kind of bring in this whole AD thing or whatever, just the way it is, and in the state of Nebraska and the athletics and the athletic department, the ability to deal with success is the biggest downfall probably of the things at Nebraska, right? And success is however you view it, right? You get more power, that's success. You get a paycheck or a pay bump, that's success. You make a couple baskets, you're the Big Ten player of the week, or you're the starter, or whatever it is, right? Whatever you view as like you've made it, it's how you react to that, and do you lose yourself as you become that person, or do you want to fight harder to stay on top? That's what Nebraska basketball team has to deal with. That's actually what the women's team has to deal with, right? You got to the championship, you exceeded expectations, you lost the game. You can probably tell yourself, we lost that game. That's actually better than, well, it's not better, but there's ways that you know that you could have won the game. Men as well. Here's the first team. You got the double bye, essentially guaranteed and get it. You can't look too far down the road. Everybody's patting you on the back. Are we still doing all the little things in practice? Are we still fighting for 50-50 balls? Are we still coming to practice with the intent to get better every single day, or we're working on something to get better at every single day? If that happens, they'll be more than set up to have, success in both the Big Ten tournament this weekend for the men and the women in the NCAA tournament, without a doubt. So we'll see, man. It's look, man, it's a tough day. You know what I'm saying? I was missing in action yesterday and was reluctant to come on today, but it felt like I needed to, and obviously with the Supernova. So it's tough, man. It's tough to swallow, man. It's different. I look at it a lot different because I played at Nebraska. I talked to a lot of people across America. I have a lot of friends in the business. And so it's definitely a hard day, but it's it's part of the deal. It's part of where we're at as a program, and hopefully decisions are made and things get on the right track, and then everybody works with each other. Maybe this is what's needed to happen, and everybody gets a wake-up call, and we kind of start really doing things with the right intentions and the best mindset in hand, and just become what we all say we want Nebraska to be, and that's to be a respectable, viable football program, athletic department, academic university, state university, whatever it is that it is. We want to be the best of the best, because there was a time Nebraska was the best of the best at everything, and you can still get back there. Maybe you won't reign like we did in everything, volleyball, basketball, baseball, track and field and all that. And academics, we were knocking it out of the park, but we can work to get there, and then obviously be one of the people that are talked about in that same light in every facet in the program. So, I always tell people, hey, look, man, can't get no worse than this. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Said that after Michigan, 2018, Jay.
Hey, man, listen, it can't get no worse than this. They ain't shut the doors yet, so it's all good.
True.
We still got a key, and it's still opening. So we'll see what happens, man.
We will indeed. Let's take one break. We'll have just a short segment to wrap it up, and then top of the hour, DP, Supernovas. Be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the Original Super Glue. Stop by your local participating Westlake Ace Hardware locations for your $10 savings coupon. Restrictions may apply. See store for details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena March 29th and 30th.
Whether you're just starting your journey together or celebrating years of cherished memories, there's no better way to mark your love story than with fine jewelry. Join us at the Wedding Band Expo this weekend at Sartor Heyman Jewelers at South Point Pavilions. Enjoy an incredible 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Don't miss out on this opportunity to find the ring of your dreams at a price you'll adore. Sartor Heyman Jewelers Wedding Band Expo this weekend at South Point Pavilions.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, scattered showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy too, with an afternoon high around 50. Tonight, a slight chance of showers early, then mostly cloudy and a low around 36. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. We'll see an afternoon high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of March, choose from a 6-month interest waiver or 4.5% fixed rate for up to 60 months on used 6M and R, 7R, 8R, or 9R tractors with approved credit. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No DP. He's getting ready to call the Omaha Supernovas game. We're just about 10 minutes away from the start of pregame. 7 o'clock tip-off, Omaha Supernovas versus the Atlanta Vibe. No Jay, family stuff to take care of. Appreciate Jay hopping on for an hour and a half or so here on his show. Appreciate him doing his show. You know, it's his job. It's what he does. I'm Austin Norman, wrapping up old school here just a few minutes before we send you out to the CHI Health Center up in Omaha. A few things to get to here before we do that. It was a brief mention in the first segment, but Dennis LeBlanc, name you might know, higher up academic guy for all, of Nebraska athletics. Jay's credited him with success. I know Stricky's brought him up quite a few times as well. 40 years he's been in the Nebraska athletic department. Interim President Chris Gaborik names him the interim athletic director. So big congrats to Dennis LeBlanc for that. That's a huge achievement, a huge honor, even though it is just an interim tag for the work that he's done at Husker Athletics. It's not like this is a retirement gig for him at all. I think it's a great recognition of all of his years of service to the university in the student athletes. So that's just incredible for him. Happy for the people who are happy for him as well, right? I've heard nothing but glowing reviews about him. So congratulations to him. We'll see how long that interim tag stays on. If he moves up, if he stays in his current position, we will wait and see on that. Couple things here for Husker baseball. Then the weekend rotation was announced. Same as last weekend. Drew Christo gets the ball on Friday. It'll be Brett Sears on Saturday, and then freshman Ty Horn on Sunday. Last weekend's series against South Alabama, Nebraska did win it. They lost game 1, 11-3, not the sharpest that Christo has been this year. We also think of him moving from kind of that weekday role to the weekend role. Now he gets another crack at it on Friday night. Brett Sears was really good on Saturday as Nebraska bounces back with a 13-2 win over South Alabama. And then Ty Horn got hit around a little bit, but the defense didn't do him any favors. Nebraska got down 6-0 before ultimately coming back to win by a final score of 12-7. Didn't get a chance to go over the midweek games very much at all. Nebraska won the first one 8-6. Huskers jumped out to a big lead. Held on late. Bullpen ended up closing it down. And then Ryan Harrahill got the start yesterday. Didn't go so well. Wichita State, as Husker opponents have done, jumped out to a 4-0 lead pretty early on and held on from there. 9-3 the final score. Wichita State took down Nebraska. This weekend series is against Nicholls State. They will play the series at Haymarket Park. Last year, this series was moved down to the Little Apple, down to Manhattan, Kansas. Home of the Wildcats because of weather. Rained a little bit today here. Curious to see how Haymarket Park looks, but we know the grounds crew always does an immaculate job keeping that up as best as it can. Nicholls does have 17 wins on the year, a lot of that against lesser competition, so they're taking a step up coming here to Lincoln. We'll see how the Huskers handled that challenge. I'm Austin Norman here on the 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Really appreciate you tuning in for it. Really the last, 4.5 hours. Join the boys on the happy hour, cross it over, then on the block. Big thanks to Sam McEwen for joining us on our VIP line, brought to you by Allo Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. For the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland, for the Husker Hall of Famer, NFL legend Jay Foreman, I'm Austin Norman. Don't go anywhere. Coverage of the Omaha Supernovas and the Atlanta Vibe comes your way next here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think